Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Books, Girls, and Purrs. And my name's Leslie, if you haven't been here before. And today I am discussing KuKi MAYhem. You may be wondering, what is KuKi MAYhem? Well, let's discuss if you didn't know already, because so many people have already announced already. All right, so we have two people that are helming this event. One of them is Nicole from Dusty Book Sniffers. The other one is Koda. And I'll kind of go on from there. But basically, they're helming this whole entire event. In fact, they did something similar in November called NetGalley November. And that's how I was introduced to both of them. Koda means friend, and Nicole from Dusty Book Sniffers. Now they have like a sprinting train, if you will, going on, where there's just like these 24-hour cycles of sprints. So when one person is done hosting, we'll let the group of people in the chat know there's someone else that's hosting. So we're just like encouraging us all to like spend time and get to know each other and chat books and everything else that we want to talk about. So yeah, that's what happened in November for NetGalley November. I also learned about NetGalley. I didn't know what that was whatsoever. And so I also felt like I learned a lot about a particular contingency of BookTube, which is more like the Australian and also like the New Zealand side that I hadn't come across. And so that was just like a really cool experience. And there's just a lot of joy to be had with these events. So just to give you the details, this will run from May 1st to May 31st. And it kicks off the 12-hour sprints. And Nicole will be helming that first session on Thursday. And we're going by 9 a.m. Australian time, just so you know. So let's talk about the challenge. The challenge is for you to create a KU and or Kindle books list, or collect all the ones, make a list based on the ones that you've collected all up until like May 1st, and read as many as you can. If you're not a Kindle user, you just kind of like fill in with whatever works best for you, whatever ebook platform that you use. This is just a way to encourage you to read the books that you already have, just to participate together as digital readers. So there's a challenge, and there's 3 modes. There's easy mode, hard mode, and custom. Easy mode is apparently reading 10 books a month. Hard mode is 20 books a month. And then there's a custom challenge, which I will be participating in. And that is challenge yourself to however many you want. Since I'm already participating in my own readathon event, I will be doing the custom, which I will be discussing later on. So on top of the challenge, there's the different modes of Kindle Unlimited KU mode, read only KU books you've collected. Kindle mode, which is read only Kindle books you've purchased, borrowed, or received as gifts or ARCs. KuKi mode is a hybrid, read anything off your Kindle, KU, or otherwise. Here are the rules. There are no prompts, just your KU and or a list, or just go for the first 10, 20 books on your Kindle. But we do have a bingo board in Discord, and also on my Instagram, I'm gonna go ahead and post the templates, and I'll save it as a highlight so you can access those in case you follow me on Instagram. DNF rules. If you DNF a book below 20%, it doesn't count, okay? You have to swap it out with another book. If you make it to above 50%, so 51% minimum, you could count it towards your goal. You must either swap your book or DNF at 51% in order to count it for the challenge. You could share the progress as the month goes on. We love to see what you're reading. You know I do. This can be done through Instagram, the community tab, or your video content on your YouTube or my YouTube with the KuKi MAYhem Discord or others you participate in that allows you to share the event. So like TikTok, Facebook, wherever you like to share. Don't forget to tag your hosts, which are Nicole, Dusty Book Sniffers, and Koda, means friends, because I like to see what we're up to. We like to engage. The graphics will be in Discord in case you want to participate. Again, on Instagram, shareable formats like Reels or Stories. The community will be gathering in Discord. So all these rules and instructions and links, they are going to be in my details. So you can spend time with us. So for the sprints, yes, we are doing 24-hour day for the entire month. Like I mentioned, like they did with NetGalley. And yes, Dusty Book Sniffer is going to be kicking it off. So use the following hashtags. Again, it's going to be my details. So it's KuKi MAYhem, KuKi Kindle MAYhem, Kindle Reading MAYhem, Ku MAYhem, 2431 Reading Sprints MAYhem. So just keep that in mind. So what should you know now? Now that we've gone to the nitty gritty of the challenge, see what books you have on your KU list and return or swap out those books that you have changed your mind on. Because once we hit that time, oh, also, if you have a Kindle library, like I was saying, if you use the Libby app, go ahead and start borrowing now to make sure that you have access so that you're ready for May 31st, because you're going to want to read what you have access to. You don't want to get stuck trying to borrow a book on the 1st and it's not available for weeks, because that's happened to me. So create your TBR. Feel free to post a video, a reel, a story, all that good stuff. Again, happy reading. I hope to see you at the sprints. I hope to see you in the chat discussing the books, and also creating your own videos. I'm going to have everyone tagged below so that if you want to familiarize yourself or support these other creators that maybe you didn't know about before, now you can. They have a button tagged in this video so they're easily accessible to you. With that said, I have not even discussed what books I'm going to be reading because I'm doing the custom challenge. So let's tackle my TBR. I'm going to be reading from one author, and I'm going to read the synopsis for the books that I'm interested in. I might not read all the books because that would be a different level of Delulu I have not completely reached yet, even though I'm getting there. So here we go. What's on my TBR? The Perfect Hero by Emma Bennett. Romance writer Bronte Huntington lives in the beautiful village of Nettlewood. She spends her days crafting perfect, happy endings for the heroine in her books. But really, she's waiting for her own Prince Charming to sweep her off her feet. But is it lovely, down-to-earth Ryan next door, or the charming and handsome Sebastian that's everything she's ever dreamed of? The Green Hills of Romance by Emma Bennett. Shy Gwen Jones lives in the beautiful rolling hills of the Welsh countryside in a sweet little farmhouse. She dreams of becoming a famous writer, but that sort of thing never happens to ordinary country girls. The Gwen land a deal with a prestigious London publisher. Her new editor, John, comes to work on her book. The two are nothing alike, but is he handsome enough to tempt Gwen away from the green hills of home? The One That Got Away by Emma Bennett. Iris isn't falling in love with the father of her child. The only problem is she never told him they had a daughter. After a few weeks in Barcelona getting to know one another properly, the pair start to grow close. But Iris can't shake this feeling that Sergio just wants to play happy families for their daughter's sake. Is he really interested in rekindling their relationship? He broke her heart once. Can she trust him with it this time? Starstruck by Emma Bennett. I've actually read this, so I'm actually bringing this up in case you're interested in reading this book, and also give me an opportunity to finally review this book that I have not reviewed yet. Newly divorced Kate just wants a quiet life with her son Charlie. Now that she's single, she's not looking for love, but then an old school friend turns up on her doorstep out of the blue. He's not just Joe anymore. He's world famous rock star Joseph Wilde. Joseph is just the same sweet, funny boy that Kate remembers. Only now he's more than a little bit sexy. He comes round for dinner every night and gets on wonderfully with Charlie. But he couldn't possibly be interested in Kate, could he? Falling in Love at Nightingale Farm by Emma Bennett. Polly Pressman is a London girl through and through, so she's way out of her depth when she arrives at Nightingale Farm, trying to impress John and his gruff but hunky son Mark with her business know-how. She has some great ideas to turn the farm around, and finally Mark sees how much Polly truly cares about Nightingale Farm. Then one night, after too much of John's homemade cider, the pair find themselves alone and unable to deny their attraction. And in case you're not familiar with Emma Bennett, let's learn a little bit about the author. Emma grew up and lived in London before falling in love and moving to Wales to marry her own hero. Emma now lives with her husband and 4 children in a small Welsh market town. She can often be found in rivers attempting to control 2 overexcited chocolate Labradors whose snoring features in many of her YouTube videos. Emma likes, in no particular order, cake, books, Cary Grant films, chocolate, coffee, guinea pigs, knitting, quilting, and happily ever afters. And so, if you're into romance or you just want to be a little bit into Lululand with me, those are some options for the TBR. Now, I am just one of many co-hosts. Once again, there's 20 plus of us. Feel free to join in at any point. The more the merrier. I do really look forward to just seeing what everyone's reading and how we're all going to tackle this challenge differently based on the criteria and prompts. With that said, thank you everyone so much. I hope you join us in the Discord, in your Insta stories, whichever platform you prefer. And we'll see you soon. So just remember that life is chaos. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and read more books. Bye.